Hey y'all, this is Janeen with Pathfinder's Downsizing Solutions. We're in Florida and it's beautiful today, and we are going to talk about something that we're seeing a trend on. I don't know if it's necessarily COVID or what, but we're seeing a trend on people that are waiting to do the downsizing process for a myriad of reasons. But what are the ramifications of that? What are your opportunity cost lost and by waiting? So with us today, we've got kind of a panel we wanted to do, a little baby panel here, a mini panel. Anyway, and we have an awesome referral partner. Her name's Colleen Cecil, and she is with Florida Executive Realtor. She is a senior designated realtor. She's done extra studies to make sure that she's hypersensitive to what the seniors are needing and wanting, and she fills their needs. She's not pushy. She just waits their time. She's amazing. We have a whole bunch of senior referral partners as well that are senior designated real estate agents, but Colleen's one of our faves, and so we invited her to be here this morning and talk about opportunity cost loss from a real estate perspective. So Colleen.
Thanks, Janine.
Yep.
Glad to be here this morning. Yeah, real estate, as you know, you've heard, I'm sure, on the news how crazy this market is. And I've been in real estate probably 8 years or so, but even our really seasoned agents, 30 plus years, have never seen a market quite like this. Lots of cash in the market, lots of prices just going crazy. So one of the questions I'm most often asked is this a good time to sell? Is this a good time to buy? We're going to focus this on being a seller because we're looking at downsizing, moving on to a next stage of your life, right? So is it a good time to sell? Absolutely, it's a great time to sell because of prices, because of interest rates, because of a lot of things. So waiting to do this, waiting to sell and making the next step, there's going to be opportunity costs, of course, but I understand also being a senior, this is going to be a huge decision for you. You've been living in a home that has wrapped its arms around you, taking care of you, always provided for your needs. You've raised a family there. It's an emotional thing. Certainly understand that. But if you're thinking, hey, maybe I should be making a move, making a change, I would really start putting things into place to start that process now. I have found with seniors, it's never a quick process selling their home. With a regular sale of first-time home buyers or move-up buyers or sellers moving up, it's a quick process. It can be a month, maybe 45 days. With seniors, we see it stretching out much longer. It could be a couple months, 6 months, a year. With that kind of time frame, you really don't want to wait. Start putting things into place now. Interest rates. Interest rates are historically low. They're under 4%. If you wait, we're hearing probably second quarter of next year, things are going to start changing. The higher the interest rates go up, the less home people can buy. Okay, so first-time home buyers. It's tough for them right now. It's great to be a seller because the average price home right now in the Tampa market is $364,000. It's really kind of pushing up first-time home buyers. However, those interest rates go up, they're really not going to be able to get in the market. And so now, great time to sell. Start thinking about it now. Don't wait. Don't put this off. Start putting the things into process now. You might not get it done till 6 months, but at least start making some decisions right now. Maintenance, the longer you wait to sell your home, the more maintenance it's going to need. The roof is going to get older. The gutters are going to need to be cleaned again. You're going to need to pay HOA fees again. There's costs involved with waiting. Although you're going to get a great price for your house in this market, it's going to be less the longer you put it off, okay, as far as maintenance and things go. Price increases. We've seen huge price increases, which is great for a seller. But now remember where you're going. You're also probably going to pay higher prices the longer you wait. So the sooner you can bring yourself to understand now is the time. It's a huge decision, I understand. but the better off you're going to be as far as finances are concerned in the real estate market. I'm not here to push you. I'm here to work on your time schedule, but I'm going to keep you on pace to best represent you and get the most for your home and get you onto your next adventure.
Very cool. And so Renee wants, she's my business partner. She's awesome. She's awesome. So Renee has 20 plus years in the senior community industry. She has a master's in senior health, and she is a rock star partner. Thank you. But anyway, she is going to talk today about basically the health ramifications from a senior perspective with her broad knowledge base of senior communities. She wants to talk about the health part of it.
So again, Renee with Pathfinders wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, a lot of folks we work with, and they're like, oh, I'm going to wait, I'm not ready yet. Well, the worst conversation is when you are working with a senior in the senior community. They come in and they're touring, and then you get a call from their child who says, well, mom's in the hospital headed to rehab, and now we've got to move her to assisted living because she fell or something happened. And now you went from a really nice independent living apartment where she was able to make some choices, and now, you know, the kids are making choices for assisted living, and, you know, it's not quite a large footprint to live in. So that happens more than you think. So one of the things that I often ask the clients is, you know, on a good day when everything's doing great, living at home is easy. There's no worries at all. But I always ask, on your worst day, are you at the right address? So think about, you know, if you have some issues with, let's just say, diabetes, you know, is it challenging to feed yourself and to take care of making sure you're getting the nutrition you need, going to the grocery store, cooking the meals, doing the dishes? You know, what does that look like, and could somewhere with a little bit more support be a better option? Even just basic housekeeping, sometimes being able to have somebody who comes in once a week or once every other week and just do some cleaning, maybe those places you can't reach anymore, that can give you a little bit better quality of life. Where the senior livings, depending on what spectrum you're looking at, because in the greater Tampa Bay area, you have everything from a villa to really memory care or long-term care. What your life experience is, that space is a little different. Let's also talk about, you know, sometimes you're having to make a different address change because you've lost either your spouse, or maybe, you know, a family member who's living with you, and now you don't have that support anymore. Making these decisions are tough, but again, what does it look like to now you're paying somebody to come cut the grass, you're paying somebody to come take care of the pool, to fix little things around the house. I can say from my personal experience that when my husband passed away over 5 years ago, I was lucky. I had some guy friends that are like, oh, let me help you with your gutter, you know. And I can tell you right now, if it wasn't for them, there would be no, you know, the gutters would be probably clogged. So, but that costs money, and you see the people driving around, though, I can help you with that. Well, what does that cost? And is that cost worthwhile versus looking at a different, more kind of maintenance-free experience? The other thing is just really, you want to think about when you're looking to make a change. The goal for all of us and everybody we work with is that you're in charge, you're driving the bus, you're the one choosing. Do I want to look at a lake? Do I want to look at some trees? Do I want to look at the front door so I can see everybody coming and going? If you're in the one picking the apartment, picking whatever place you're going to, you're making that decision. What happens, unfortunately, a fair amount of the time is now your child has got to come in and kind of scoop up this kind of debris behind you and pick where's your new address. And often they're not making the best choices because you haven't really even had that conversation with them. And there are people that can help you with that. We have partners, but we just wanted to say, you know, what's difficult is that if you wait, you wait, you wait. And one of the conversations we have with the realtor is that all of a sudden somebody's thinking about putting their house on the market and they haven't cleaned their linen closet in, you know, 2 decades. What does it look like for a potential home buyer to open up a linen closet after we've gone in and made it look pretty and sexy for photography and for the open house versus, you know, there's granny's towels that have been there for, you know, 20 years. It's going to impact your price that you're going to be able to demand for your home. So thinking about having a professional come in and provide a little assistance, hopefully will make that a little bit of a better experience. And Janeen is going to chat more on that subject.
Well, exactly. So one of the things that we wanted to talk about too is that, you know, it's daunting. Everything about this is emotional, physical, and cognitively challenging. And so with that, sometimes we have friends and family that will say, oh, I'll help you, Mom, or I'll help you, you know, and that may be true. And we celebrate those families that are our clients that have family to support them. But sometimes that's just not the case. And the reason we even did this video is because we had this, oh, she's so sweet. We've all fallen in love with her, and we've all adopted her because she lived in our house for 40 years. She raised her family, just like that Colleen was talking about. And her friends and family said, yeah, we'll help you. We'll come over. They came over. They took the things that they wanted and popped smoke. That's a Renee term. But anyway, and they just left. And here she's still. So she's got, you know, maybe 5% less than what she had before because she blessed it to somebody forward and all that. But she still has 95% of her Fibber McGee's closet home that's full, and she has to go through the whole thing.
And she only fit 50% in her new address.
Yeah. And 50% was like cramming it. But anyway, the long and the short of it is that people with great intentions, and put yourself in their position too, with great intentions, they say, yeah, I'm going to help you, and they realize the dauntingness of going through every single closet, going through the pictures, going through all of this, and how much time that takes. And they don't have the resources. Okay, so what do I do with all this shred stuff that came out of a file cabinet, et cetera, et cetera? So our teams have those resources, the shredding, the donation, the photo digitizing. We do photo digitizing too, and also just to find that space for where it should live in its next life. My background is interior design, so we put together floor plans. The floor plan that they're moving into, we put their furniture in that floor plan. So one, the move day goes incredibly smooth, and two, they know exactly, kind of evidence-based, as to what is going to fit in that space. It helps everybody to say, gosh, what's going to serve me going forward? And again, drive the bus. Okay, that puts you in charge, that puts them driving the bus as to making those decisions as to what is going to serve me going forward, and what do I do with the rest of the stuff, which is, of course, you know, we're stuff managers too. So we've created a program called Project GoodWorks, and we try and engage with Project GoodWorks into smaller nonprofits in the community. I'm so excited because I've reached out and found, also connected to the Chi-Chi Foundation. Just go ahead and throw that name, isn't that exciting? I haven't met with them yet, but we're excited about that conversation because they reach out to inner city kids. They're part of First Tee. They teach inner city kids how to play golf. So when a client lets go of their golf clubs, it goes to a kid that really needs a set of golf clubs. Is trying to improve their life to be able to play that game and maybe make, you know, like the next great business deal. I don't know, on the golf course, but but really have an impact on kids' lives. So we give a lot to homelessness and human trafficking, veterans organizations, foster care, whether it's families or fosters that are aging out, all these different things of people that are on the other end of this life cycle. And that's who we try and help our clients bless forward the stuff that no longer is serving them, because it can go forward and do something amazing for somebody else. So anyway, we're also, because we're trained and we're zippity-doo-dah fast, you would not believe how fast we can be to accumulate and basically get that accumulation of stuff whittled down to what needs to go versus and sorted out as to what needs to be blessed. Or honestly, if it's an estate sale is the right answer, we're absolutely going to connect you to the estate sale professionals that we've vetted and are in the community. Geographically, they're a little sensitive sometimes, so it just depends on where you're at and what the content is, and if I will say, product mix. So all those things are kind of coming into part of the equation.
One thing we did also want to mention is before COVID happened, there was a certain volume of things that we knew estate sale companies could probably sell for you, and a certain volume of things that the partners that we work with Project Goodwoods would take and try to bless forward in the Tampa Bay area. Now, post-COVID, some of that has shifted, so we still try to work with our partners in estate sales and show them kind of what you have to sell, and also work with the nonprofits to try to do that as well. And we try to stay on top of all of that, but it can be a process, so know we are trying to work with you to find the best solution for the things you can't move to your new, best address. And I'm going to have Janeen kind of close up the interview.
So I want to thank Colleen
Yes.
and
my
Renee.
pleasure.
Great content here, and really, it's really about understanding kind of the lay of the land as it is now, and it's so dynamic sometimes. But this is a hot market.
Yep.
We want to absolutely, if you are even considering it, start the downsizing, the decluttering process, all that kind of stuff, and we can help with that. And then have somebody like Colleen come in and give you an assessment as to what's going on with your house, what are the possibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do provide to people is a comparative market analysis, completely free. There's no charge. Come in and let you know what your home is worth, and it helps you make a very educated decision.
Yeah, it's all about educating yourself right now.
Right.
So,
And
what
I
else?
was just saying,
You got it.
speaking of free, we do provide a complimentary consultation, so we're happy to come out and take a look at what you have, see what's the best plan. Hopefully the best plan is working with us, but if we're not the right fit, then we will be happy to refer you to some other partners that we work with throughout the greater Tampa Bay community.
Absolutely.
To hopefully help you come up with the best answer for your next best address.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and at the bottom we'll have Colleen's contact information as well as ours. Reach out, and thanks. We love to give the gift of home.